All right, hey everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Vays. I wanted to do a second video today. I'll try to keep this video shorter. Also, of course, like clockwork, right before I went to do a video, the internet in the hotel failed, so I'm just hotspotting off my cell. Also, because the S&P 500 didn't exactly do what I expected. Also, the desk is in the bedroom, so it's just a lot easier to do it here than where I was this morning, just too uncomfortable. Let's go to the charts and see what happened. So first thing, let's look at Bitcoin. And the weekly chart is still on a red candle. Thursday is coming to an end. The S&P 500 is about to close, and I wanted to do this video before market closed. The price isn't that different from this morning. This morning, it was just above 29,000 when I did the video. We're now at 29,400, but it was more interesting what happened during the day. Here is the 4-day candle. As you can see, the 4-day candle clearly broke the lows of all three prior candles. But the rally this afternoon is probably not going to have the Bitcoin close at its low. So, but we still have 2 days to go in this candle, so anything can happen. But I'm not comfortable with this low. I'm not. Will some people see this low as hey, it's a higher low than prior low? Maybe. But for me, this was way too uncomfortable. And I'm actually happy that I announced that the position is going into all cash right here, just above 29,000. Now, of course, there's always comments like, hey, show us your trades or it didn't happen, you're a liar. That doesn't matter. It's irrelevant, right? I publicly put this thing here, 100% cash, label. Looking at my account is irrelevant, right? Because unlike other people, you will never see this be removed from my chart. That's what's important. The important is my view on the price of Bitcoin. And you're getting this view for free. So that's the important part. You're missing the important part. The important part is also the thinking as to why I no longer like this position. Now, another thing I need to address from the comments is some people are upset that I don't trade enough, and some people are upset that I trade too much. Again, you need to decide what your time frame is. I give you my views on the monthly scale, on the weekly scale, on the 4-day scale, which I think is the happy medium, on a daily scale, and even on the hourly scale. If you are not interested in the hourly scale, then pay attention to the others. If you are not interested in the others because you trade on the hourly scale, then it doesn't matter to you what I'm doing on a 4-day. Okay, so let's dig into this a little bit further. This is why I'm considering just turning off all comments. I really, really am. Just like avoid all the scammers. Just like half the comments are just scammers anyway. Now, today's candle on this daily chart broke down a very critical support, but it didn't close down there. While it was enough for me to cut ties with a bullish position, unless it actually closes down here, there is not enough bearish evidence to enter a bearish position. Okay, not enough to enter a bearish position. Now, this daily candle, even if it closes right now, is still not bullish enough, because while it is a hammer reversal candle, it did not close above prior swing highs. And this, to me, is starting to look like a descending triangle. I really don't want to remove these arrows because they've been here for a while. But you can imagine how easy it is to draw an insanely clean descending triangle. That is a very bearish sign. Very bearish sign. So this is what I see. And while this bounce is impressive, it is nowhere near enough for me to change my mind on moving to a fully cash position. One hour chart. I'm not going to talk about this 1 hour chart. I'd rather talk about this 1 hour chart. Nope, not that one. This 1 hour chart. This is a 10, that's not a 1 hour chart, sorry. Yeah, okay, I'm confusing myself. 1 hour chart, I am going to talk about the 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart, this morning, after I finished my video, I don't know, like 8:30 in the morning, New York time, right here. This is when I finished my video, like around this candle here. I think I started over here around 8 a.m. Yep, I started a video. We were above 29,000. By the time I finished the video, we were like at 28.9. And then an hour later, we fell below 28,000. And it was looking like a very, very proper position. And it reversed on an MRI buy at market open. I wouldn't put too much stock on my own indicator here. It was more of a coincidence that we reversed because the stock market opened at 9:30. And when the stock market, oh, this is a 10-minute chart. It's not a 1 hour chart. It's 1 hour chart. That's 1 hour chart. The 1 hour chart also had an MRI buy. That's why. But it also happened in the morning. This was the 9 a.m. candle, full hammer candle, followed by the MRI buy candle right here, breaking the top. For those that don't know how to trade candlesticks, the buy indication is right there. This is where you buy. It would be great if you can buy it right there, but this is a buy indication. Now, because this would have been an MRI warning, you could pick it up, but I wouldn't risk it. This is where I would buy right there if I was trading the hourly chart. But this is what I want to discuss. I want to discuss the 10-minute chart. Here is Bitcoin going into the stock market open. This is the 9:10 a.m. candle. That is the stock market opening candle. Here is the stock market opening candle. Now, in my morning video, I had speculated that because Bitcoin was going down pre-market, I had an expectation that the stock market would also go down once it opens. And the complete opposite occurred. To my surprise, the complete opposite occurred. Bitcoin started crashing. Bitcoin falls $1,000 in 10 minutes going into the pre-market open. And the only reason, in my view, Bitcoin did not close the day below $26,000 today is because the stock market rescued it. Now, this is, great if you have a long position in Bitcoin. But this is a very scary situation. The stock market had to rally 2% from market open. Look at this. The stock market had to rally 2% from market open. And all it did was save Bitcoin from a collapse. Bitcoin did not even go positive today. It took a 2%. Just think about that. Just tattoo that into your brain. The stock market had to have one of its best days in over a week. This is a weekly chart. Hold on, let me go to the daily chart. The only other similar day to this day was here on May 4th. And look what happened afterwards. The stock market had to have one of its best days, top 3 days since March. And all it did was create a small red candle on Bitcoin. It couldn't even make a green day. That is scary. That is scary. Because the moment the stock market falls 2%, Bitcoin's in deep shit. If this was a 2% down day in the stock market, Bitcoin is probably closing the day below $25,000. That is what's concerning, because I am not yet bullish on the stock market. I still think the stock market has not found a bottom. Now, I could be wrong. Stock market might have found the bottom and it can start rallying, but there's not enough in the charts for me to buy into a bullish case for the stock market. Not yet. Not yet. At least I need a positive MRI. So I am still confident in my 100% cash position. And the next time we go below this $28,900 area, I may actually pull the trigger on a short term. I really, I see a comment by Matthew Bachner. I really want to take the time, somehow find the time, and rewatch all of Hyperwave's trading videos. I really hope that channel doesn't get deleted by YouTube. I actually have admin rights to that channel. Tyler's birthday, sorry, not birthday. I should find out when Tyler's birthday was. Tyler's RIP day is coming up in July, and I'll probably release a video in his memory, one of his paid content videos for free. And I do want to rewatch that channel and like edit the videos and just make them shorter and more watchable. So this is a big concern. In the meantime, the one position I was most confident in was my oil position. And I put a mark. Like, I mean, I should have done this a long time ago. Like, I should have done it when oil broke this line. This was my breakout line. And look what happened to oil. But I'm very confident in a bullish case for oil right now. Oil to $200. I'm very confident in this case. This arrow is coming to an end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make another line. And I'm just going to take this arrow and I'm going to copy, because this is what I think is going to happen. Now, again, can we not confuse what I think is going to happen with what I want to happen? I don't want a $200 barrel of oil. The airplane tickets are expensive enough. Gas is expensive enough. Everything in your life will go up in price as the price of oil rises. Absolutely everything. And I don't want that, but that's what I think is going to happen. Just like I never wanted Russia to invade Ukraine. But now that they have, I'm trying to give you, when I talk about politics, my view on the situation and what is likely to happen next. It's irregardless of whether I want that to happen or not, and I don't want that to happen, but that's what I think will happen. So I think oil is going way higher, which is something I don't want. Bitcoin decoupling from Ethereum, I guess. Yeah, Leah Wald and I don't exactly agree on our political views. Uh, Bitcoin is down. Shitcoins are down versus Bitcoin. I don't really care, guys. I really don't care about shitcoins. I'm really starting to care less and less about shitcoins altogether. Like, I just don't care. How would I hedge Bitcoin with options? Premiums and options are incredibly high. I mean, I would do a collar. I would buy a call, and I would buy a put and sell a call to pay for it. You can hedge it. It's called a collar trade. Gold didn't do much today. Let's see how GBTC premium did. Premium went up a little bit, but we need a bull market to evaporate the premium. Stock market is closing in 10 minutes. Let's see what happens. But it's scary that the stock market had to rise 2% in one day in order to save Bitcoin from an outright disaster. Do you think Bitcoin can still have a dead cat bounce, or will we rather just go down to find the bottom from here? So I think that too much time is passing for a proper bounce to the upside. This consolidation is not giving me any confidence whatsoever. Like, the time to rally back to 37, the best time to rally back to 37 was in early May, right off this reversal. The second best time to rally to 37 was after May 19th, after the big up day on May 19th. Right now, there is a small possibility, because this is a very bullish candle. This is a very similar candle to what happened back on May 12th, but it's not as strong. Look what happens when I put volume to this. Look at the volume. Here's the volume on May 12th. Notice my volume spike is bullish, while the candle is red. If I pull up, general volume, wait, that's favorite indicators, right? Is there volume here? Yeah. If I put up general volume, you can see how the general volume has a red spike, but the tone Vays volume has a green spike. This told me that it's a very bullish candle, bullish volume. But look at the volume today. It's nothing. It's bigger than the prior few days, but it's nothing. Also notice the tone Vays volume is green, bullish. The trading view volume is red, meaning bearish, right? Like, for example, if I turn off, there it is. If I turn off the price, this value spike tells me I should be bearish. But on tone Vays volume, this value spike tells me I should be bullish. And I can actually trade Bitcoin or any asset with this volume indicator by not looking at the price at all. I'm probably not going to do that well, but at least I have a chance. Off of this green volume spike, I can go long. And off of this green volume spike, it's also suggesting to go long. I like that the CMF is diverging. That's a good sign. I like that the MACD is bullish. That's a good sign. I like that the RSI is rising. That's a good sign. These are all great signs. Everything here is a great sign. this is also okay. The funding rate. Unfortunately, the shape of these candles for me is more important than all of these oscillators. A little bit more. Not enough for me to enter a trade. But if we close a candle below this triangle, all of these metrics will start to turn. They're all going to start to turn bearish. And now all the ducks are going to align. So to answer the question, how confident am I of a rally back to 37,000? Not all that confident anymore, but give me 48 hours. If in the next 48 hours, the price of Bitcoin is not above 30,000, I will have almost no confidence in a rally to 37. That was a good question. A retest of 26,000 to me actually makes no sense. The one thing that doesn't make sense to me is a retest. A retest of anything never makes sense. It never made sense to me that we would get a retest of 35,000. The moment we get anywhere near 35,000, I expected an utter collapse. So a retest, let's go to just a higher scale. A retest of 25,500 to me is horrible, because if we get anywhere near 26,000, I'm going to expect 22 in a hurry. So I don't believe in retests as a fundamental trading tool. I don't believe in retests. Do retests happen sometimes? They do. But statistically, I will take the odds against it. Okay? I will always bet against a retest. Either we go up from here, or we go significantly lower than 25,000. And I don't have a proper definition of the word significant. Significantly could be 22.5. It could also be 18.5. Is this capitulation volume? No, it's not. This candle had signs of a capitulation volume. It had signs of it, but this like little weak link rally off of this volume is not enough to call this capitulation in hindsight. Same thing here. Okay, this was capitulation volume, but the inability to rally led to lower low here and lower close here. And I was very surprised, we rallied off this area. Very surprised. And what that means is that you show me this chart. I mean, I wasn't surprised we rallied on this day, but I was surprised we rallied that high. I wasn't surprised we rallied on this day because of the MRI. But what I was surprised was the break of all these moving averages. That surprised me. And then we ended up rallying to the all-time high of 69,000. But you show me this chart right here. Let me drop everything. Let me drop the MRI. Let me drop the moving averages. Let me drop it. You show me this chart without telling me what asset it is, and I don't care what asset it is. And 10 times out of 10, I will tell you I am bearish right here. Sell the house. I'm bearish across the board. The only thing that would make me not bearish on this candle happened to be the MRI. The MRI was the only reason why I would not have been 100% bearish here, but I probably still would have been 75% bearish on this candle. Now, you show me this situation again, and I will say the same exact thing. This was capitulation, but the inability to rally and then make new lows, new closing low here, new swing low here, makes me incredibly bearish. I was right, but I wasn't right in any way to make money. That's not right enough to make any significance. And here we are again in a very similar situation. Very similar situation. And I could be wrong again completely. We could rally to a new all-time high. But if I am to place a bet, I wouldn't place a bet now. That's why I'm in all cash. But you take the price of Bitcoin and close a daily candle below 28.6, and I'm taking the short trade. The Aroon on a yearly SPS chart. I don't even know if that's. I would have never even thought to look at that. Like, how useful would that be? I don't even have the Aroon on this. I don't know how useful that would be. But I also have to change parameters. Because the trading view default parameters are. It's supposed to be 25. I don't know why they use 14. That's just silly. But now we're looking at a 25-year Aroon. So. And I don't know why they make it orange, and it's just this is why I've created my own indicators, but I don't think I've created my own Aroon because I just want to default some colors. Now, I guess maybe I can make defaults. Yeah, I can make defaults. Probably that's probably my bad. So Aroon up is green, and Aroon down should be red. And I'm gonna set this as defaults. And the Aroon told you to go long the S&P 500 in 1953 and stay long since 1953. That's what I mean. Like, I don't know how useful this is. I hope you were alive in 1953 to buy the stock market. I don't think there even was an S&P 500 in 1953, so you would have had to buy the Dow. But yeah, there you go. There's your annual Aroon. The monthly still tells you to be long on the Aroon, and the weekly told you, well, the weekly did not actually tell you to go short. The weekly told you to get out and stay in cash. If you know how to trade the Aroon. It's such a simple indicator. Such a simple indicator. But I really like it. For those interested in trading the Aroon, you may want to check out the Tone Vays on-demand videos. ToneVays.com, product services. I'm not doing consulting. I know people want to. I get emails. I don't know. I'm just not in the consulting mood right now. You can purchase the MRO. I'm also not in a workshop making mood right now either. But I do have on-demand videos, and my trading with technical analysis educates on all the indicators that I understand, which is probably about 25 indicators, and all the other stuff in trading. I recommend buying that and the risk and position management video together. You get a great deal, just $500. Otherwise, $350 a piece. The financial summit. Come to the Dominican Republic and join us at the financial summit. It's an event for traders. We sit around in a round table discussing all kinds of opportunities to make money. Here are your room options. These two are included. These are upgrades. We're going to put Bali on sale soon, but I really want a good crowd in the Dominican Republic. I'm probably going to start talking about this a lot more. This is the MRI alert service. You can get a free trial. I did not build this. This is not my service. It's a friend of mine. He spent a whole year building it. So sign up for free and give it a shot. You can make your own custom bots for Telegram to notify you when the MRI is giving you certain signals. Thanks, Simon. Appreciate it. All right, guys. This might be it. I didn't want to make this video too long. Oil going up is my most confident position. Bitcoin going down is my second most confident position. And I'm not bullish the stock market. Now that the stock market has closed, you see the little fall at the end of the day, and now you see Bitcoin fall at the end of the day. They're both, I'm going to line them up again. You can see how correlated they are. And now that the stock market has closed, they both can go down overnight big time. I'm not very confident in a bullish Bitcoin position. I am in Istanbul. I left London a week ago. I was in Scotland, which is the UK. And then I was in Prague, and now I am in Istanbul. In case you're wondering why I'm in Istanbul, I'll show you. Oh, how do I spell it? Hold on, I'm Googling something. It's an event for the Kazakhstanian community. But the Kazakhstanian community, their not primary, but their most popular language is Russian. So the event is in Russian language, and I will be presenting about Bitcoin to their business club. Blake, I don't really understand your question. If Russia is back on a gold standard, what would a deflationary event look like for the market? I don't think Russia being on a gold standard affects the American stock market. So I think the two things are completely unrelated. All right, hold on. I'm going to do another search. I really hate DuckDuckGo. It is such a terrible search engine. You can't find anything on there unless you know what you're looking for. Like I'm literally going to, because I'm like too lazy to put it back on Google. Like it's just, DuckDuckGo is just terrible. It's all in Russian, and I can't really read Russian very well. I don't want to pull up like a scam website by accident. Anyway, I'll show it to you guys tomorrow. All right, so this would be it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. And I will see you all on the next one. Bye, guys.